Today we can start deals about the reproduction in Planaria. Last time we have seen the vegetative reproduction in Planaria. Today we can deals about the next part of the reproduction, that is the sexual reproduction in Planaria. Sexual reproduction in Planaria, it can be takes place with the help of the formation of the sex organs. The male sex organ and the female sex organ, both the sex organs, they are formed on the same plant, and therefore the Planaria, it is a monoecious plant. What is monoecious? Monoecious means both the sex organs, that is Antheridia and the Archegonia, they are formed on the same plant or on the same thallus, and therefore the Planaria, it is a monoecious plant. Planaria, it is a monoecious bryophyte, then it is a leafy bryophyte. These sex organs, they are formed on the same plants. The Antheridia, they are formed on the antheridial branch, and Archegonia, they are formed at the tip of the archegonial branch. On the main branch of the axis, the Antheridia, they are formed at the tip, and at the lateral branch, from the main branch to this tip of this lateral branch, the Archegonia, they are formed. It is called as Archegoniophore, and where the Antheridia are formed, it is called as antheridial branch, or it is also called as Archegoniophore. And at the tip, there are the clusters of the leaves, they are present, and at that tip portion, the sex organs, they are formed. The sex organs, they are formed in groups, that is Antheridia, they are formed in the antheridial branch, and Archegonia, they are formed at the tip of the archegonial branch. Here, this is the LS of antheridial head. This is the antheridial head, and this is the LS, that is a longitudinal section of this antheridial head. Inside that antheridial head, it is the antheridial cup is present, and at the tip of this antheridial cup, there is a many antheridia, they are present, that is the mature antheridia and the young antheridia, they are present, and in between these antheridia, there is a sterile paraphysis, they can be also present. At the outer side, there is a leaf-like structure is present, it is called as pericaceal leaves, and these pericaceal leaves, they are protects the antheridia, and in between these antheridia, there is the sterile paraphysis are present, and the tip of this paraphysis, it is a rounded or globular in shape, and the function of this paraphysis, it can give the protection, and it can also help for the storage of the water. The antheridia and the paraphysis, they are intermingled with each other. Intermingled means they are mixed with one another, and these, they can be protective in function. So there are many such antheridia, they are present, and these antheridia, they are present in the cup in groups or in clusters. Clusters means groups, that is many antheridia, they are present in a single cup. And this is the structure of the mature antheridium. Each mature antheridium consists of the mainly two parts. This is the body of the antheridium, and this is the stalk of the antheridium. With the help of this stalk, the antheridia, they can attach to the antheridial cup. Then above this, there is the oval elongated portion is present. It is called as the body of the antheridium. This body of the antheridium, it is covered with the single layered sterile jacket cells, and at the upper cell, there is a operculum is present. The operculum cell, operculum is made up of one or two cell structure, and inner side of that, there is a presence of androgonial mother cells, and these androgonial mother cell, it get a metamorphosis, and they forms the many anthrozoids or spermatozoids. After maturation of this antheridium, then dehiscence of antheridium can be takes place. What is dehiscence? Dehiscence means the breaking of the antheridium and liberation of the anthrozoids or spermatozoid. It is called as dehiscence. And for the liberation or dehiscence of this antheridium, the water is essential. And when water is present and these operculum cells, they can absorb water, then there is a disintegration of the outer part of this cell can be takes place, and then it forms the mucilaginous substance, and then wall of this operculum it can breaks, and then the anthrozoids which are present in the antheridium, these anthrozoids they can comes outside through the antheridium, and they can comes in the form of viscous fluid which contains many anthrozoids. And these anthrozoids it is a coiled structure. It can shows the coiled body and the two flagella are present. So, and these spermatozoids, they are the male gametes. Then the LS of the archegonial head. The archegonia, they are also present on at the tip of the archegonial branch, and this archegonial branch arises at the lateral side of this main branch, and at this tip of this archegonial branch there are many archegonia they are formed. This is the LS of the archegonial head, and which can shows the archegonial cup. And on the archegonial cup there are many archegonia, they are also present. They can be arranged in groups or in clusters, and whole group of archegonia can be covered by a protective covering. It is called as pericaseal leaves. They are protective in function, and in between these archegonia there are also present the paraphyses. The paraphyses they are also intermingled with the archegonia. Then these paraphyses they are protective in function, and they can also store the water. So there are many archegonia, they are present in groups. This is the structure of the single archegonium. Each archegonium consists of the three parts, that is lower base, it is the stalk. Then with the help of this stalk, archegonia they can attaches to the base of the archegonial cup. Then above that there is a solemn portion is also present. It is called as venter, and the above pointed portion it is the neck. That is, each archegonium it consists of three parts, that is neck, venter and the stalk. Then venter it is the basal bulbous portion, and it can shows the double layered jacket, and inside the venter there is a presence of the venter canal cell and the egg also, and above that there is also presence of the neck canal cells. There are more than 6 neck canal cells are also present, and at the neck region the jacket of the archegonium it is a single layer, and at the tip there are 2 cover cells, they are also present. So this is the structure of the archegonium, and after maturation of the archegonium there is fertilization can be takes place. What is fertilization? The union of male and female gametes is known as the fertilization, and the fertilization can be takes place after maturation of this archegonium. And during the fertilization water is also essential. When water which is present to the surrounding environment, this drop of water it can percolates inside the cover cells and reaches towards the neck and towards the venter region. When water enters inside that neck canal cell and venter canal cell, then these neck canal cells and venter canal cell they becomes disintegrate, and by the disintegration of these neck canal cells and venter canal cell they can form the mucilaginous substance, and this mucilaginous substance it can also contain sugary substance, and due to the disintegration of these neck canal cells and venter canal cells it can create pressure from the inner side to these cover cells, and then this cover cell it becomes splits or breaks up, and then open passage is formed. And through this open passage already spermatozoids they can enter. Many spermatozoids they can gather around the neck of the archegonium, and the some anthrozoids or spermatozoids they can enter into the neck of the archegonium, and only one reaches towards the egg. The spermatozoid and the egg, their nuclei they can fuses with each other, and by the fusion of the male nucleus and female nucleus, that is fertilization can be occurs, and the product of fertilization, that is zygote, is formed. And zygote which is formed, it is a diploid one. In this way the sexual reproduction in Funaria can be takes place. The sexual reproduction can be takes place by formation of the male and female reproductive structures or reproductive organs. That is, the male sex organ is called as antheridium, female sex organ is called as archegonium. Both these sex organs they are formed at the tip of the antheridial branch. Antheridia they are formed at the tip of the antheridial branch, and archegonia they are formed at the tip of the archegonial branch. Then these antheridia and archegonia they are formed in groups in the antheridial cup and in the archegonial cup. And these archegonia and antheridia and archegonia they are formed in groups or in clusters. Each antheridium it has two parts, that is upper body, lower stalk, and then this body it contains the mass of spermatozoids or mass of androgonial mother cells. Then androgonial mother cell metamorphoses and forms the spermatozoids, and after maturation of these spermatozoids the dehiscence of antheridium can be takes place, and the anthrozoids they can be liberated outside. Each liberated spermatozoid or anthrozoid it is a coiled structure. It can shows the coiled body and the two flagellas. And the archegonia, these archegonia, each archegonium, mature archegonium, it can show stalk, venter and the neck. The stalk, with the help of stalk, each archegonium attaches at the base of the archegonial cup. Then there is a venter is present at the venter region. The jacket it is two layer or double layer. Inside that each archegonium it consists of the neck canal cells, venter canal cells and the egg. In the venter there is the venter canal cell and the egg is also present. And at the neck region there is more than 6 neck canal cells, they are also present. And after maturation of this archegonium, then neck canal cells and venter canal cells disintegrate and they form the mucilaginous substance. Then this mucilaginous substance it can create the pressure on these cover cells, and these cover cells they can split and form the open passage. And this mucilaginous substance which contain sugary substance they can attract the spermatozoids. There are many spermatozoids gather around the neck of the archegonium. Then they can enter into the neck of the archegonium. Only one cat fuses with this egg, and by fusion of the male nucleus and female nucleus, that is zygote is formed, and this zygote it is a diploid one. And in this way the fertilization can be also occurs, and sexual reproduction in Funaria can be also takes place.